Welcome back to Out of the Rough. I'm Fred Arnold, joined by my friend Lara Marcus. Welcome back. Second time on the show, and author Laurisa Reyes. So, welcome back. What's going on since our last time you were on my show?
Well, the book club has been going great. I started doing YouTube reviews with live book reviews from my book club. I also started working for Laurisa. I'll explain that. But, yeah.
So you've got a lot going on. I know you're also going out to schools, local schools. Tell us about that adventure.
Well, I went out to my old school in Northlake, and I talked to some of the kids, the classes, and the kids were very interested, and some of them even started coming to my book club. So that was it was very nice to see.
Now you have it's Laura's Lollipop Book Corner, and you do book reviews. You're a blogger, and you post book reviews. And one of the reviews you did was of Laurisa and her book. Tell us about Laurisa.
Well, Laurisa is an author. Also, she's the chief editor of Middle Shelf magazine. I'm actually doing articles for her, so I'm helping her out.
Well, welcome.
And she's very awesome.
Did you? Nice of you to say. Did you give her a good book review of her book?
Yes, I think I did, but someone else would have to tell me.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tell us about your book and your books.
Yes, actually, The Rock of Ivanor. This is my first book. It came out in 2012. It is a high fantasy adventure for kids aged 8 to 12.
Perfect age for my youngest.
Mine too. I have 5 kids, so I write a lot of books for my own kids. And book 2, The Last Enchanter, came out last year. And I have a third book, not in this series. It's a teen thriller called Contact, coming out this June.
Tell us about your inspiration behind the books.
Again, my children. About 8 years ago, I was telling stories to my son at bedtime. I was actually reading out loud to him, and he told me to stop reading stories. He wanted me to make up a story. And that bedtime story just kind of grew over several weeks, and eventually, over about a year's time, became The Rock of Ivanor.
Wow, the imagination of a child.
Yep.
They just want to hear a story.
They do.
Isn't that great? Now, Lara, you're doing some new things. One with YouTube.
Yeah. I started filming the kids at my book club, and I put it on my YouTube account. Like, I interviewed the latest book that they read, and I showed the book, and yeah. Also, yeah, that's about it.
Now, you mentioned you want to expand to more Barnes & Noble, your club.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your club and how often they get together and what you do at the club.
Well, the book club's once a month. We meet the third Friday of every month at 4 p.m. If it's a little troubling to get, because I know some kids take the bus and they can't get there, we may be able to change the time, but I have no details on that.
Very good. And tell us about, you've mentioned to me before, inspiring stories.
Well, there's this kid who, his brother kept coming to the book club, but he never wanted to read. He never came and enjoyed the book club, and he never started reading. And then one day, he decided to come and join in on our book club. And I felt very happy that he wanted to come and read with us.
Yeah, you started a movement with children, other children, or I should say peers your age. They got them to do something that's going to last a lifetime. Yeah, isn't that exciting?
Yeah,
I think it is. So Laurisa, tell us about your experience with Lara and what she's meant to these children.
Well, Laura is a very impressive young lady. I recruited her for the magazine, for Middle Shelf magazine, because I knew she's really sharp. She reads a lot of books, and she knows how to communicate with people, not just kids her age, but she knows how to communicate with adults as well. And when we first met, we met through Joelle Beagle, who is the community relations manager at our local Barnes & Noble here in Valencia, and she connected us together for your book club. And then we've just kind of stayed friends ever since. And for the magazine, I pass books to her that I think will be interesting to her. She reads them and writes amazing reviews that come out in every issue of our magazine.
Wow. Well, so tell me about how those kids that want to read your blog, where do they go?
Well, they go to Lara's Lollipop and Book Corner.blogspot.com.
Okay, now I need to spell that. L-A-R-A, Lara, right? And since your mom's from the East Coast, it's Lara. Right? I love that.
So it's LARASLOLLIPOPPINBOOKCORNER fredonald.blogspot.com.
Oh, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Well, we'll also put it on the bottom of the screen. But thank you for coming in again. And
Thank you for
thanks
your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for all you do. And the book's been released, the second book?
Yes, the second book, like I said, it is called The Last Enchanter. And both this book, The Rock of Ivanor and The Last Enchanter, are here at our local Barnes & Noble. They're at bookstores everywhere, online. And I'm really excited to be able to share this with kids.
And one last plug for the book that's coming out for teens.
Yes, Contact. It's a teen thriller with a little bit of sci-fi twist. And it's coming out June 23rd with Hollowed Ink Press.
Well, thank you for coming in, both of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Lara Marcus. Lara Marcus, future author and making things happen. And Laurisa White Reyes, author. Thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate
Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Out of the Rough. If you'd like to watch us online, go to scvtv.com or fredarnold.com. If you have any questions or some suggestions for great guests such as we had today, email me, fred@fredarnold.com. I hope this information gets you out of the rough and into success. Until we talk it again, make it a great day. Bye-bye.